Hi everyone, it's Enchantress. So I'm here with a video. I guess I'm calling it the storage video. My friend Liz, Charmed Intuition, had this idea, and a lot of people also have asked about, hey, where do I put all these decks and stuff? So first of all, just wanted to show you, this is my altar that I have in my bedroom, and it is my ritual altar. And also this is where I light incense before every reading to clear the air. And I also have some sage and other items. This really cool spray sage that I sometimes spray around myself. I have my lover's card, and also above the altar I have the artwork I made that I just kind of just draw in the soulmate twin flame energies here. And so different items different people have given me, and also, a little representation of my background in religious matters. I was raised Catholic, and my mom's given me lots of gifts in that respect. So, it's part of my life, part of my heritage, part of my spirituality, and so I have representations of that. Okay, let's show you around. And this is a cute little table that I found on at an antique store. And my collection was starting to get quite large, and I needed a place to put stuff. And so I bought this little table that fits nice and cozy in the corner of my room. And it's evolved over time. Like now, I was able to fit everything on this table, and now I just put all the things that I reach for, kind of like, because I do most of my readings right on my bed. It's just comfortable. It's where spirit energizes me, and I feel good in this room doing my readings. So basically, this little table has my deck on one side and the Victorian romance on the other side, which they're just very romantic. I keep a lot of the fairy stuff in here. I have a mix of decks. The romance angels will always be here because I reach for them a lot. Both the Kipper and the Lenormand from Ciro Marchetti are in here because I reach for that a lot. And then I have all of Lucy Cavendish's dishes. I have all of Lucy Cavendish's decks stacked up here. So because then that's where I'll collect hers. I keep collecting hers. And the other two sides are just kind of random mix of things that I reach for quite frequently. I also have those two white stacks are Queen Sugar's decks right there that I reach for. And I'm actually, I just put that little birdie sitting there just to help balance this, make it more aesthetic. So every once in a while, when I get more decks, I rearrange it according to the aesthetics that I like. I used to have my Arcanum and my Telema up there because they were the ones that I reached for the most, and now I've kind of put them on the back burner. And also, so this deck is my Fairy Forecast deck, and this deck is the Illuminated Tarot. So I've been reaching for this one quite a bit more, and that one has a huge box, and this one doesn't have a box. And maybe I'll make a box for Fairy Forecast, but I'm working on the next edition of Fairy Forecast. So that kind of gives you a little overview what's on top here. What I have in this box here is my is the Wildwood Tarot, because that came in a cardboard box that fell apart pretty quickly. So yeah, there is some of my decks. Let me go show you some more. All right, and so in feng shui, this part of my house is called the southwest sector, which is in feng shui the marriage, romance, love sector of your house. And so I made sure to put a lot of romantic images. So initially I had this shelf just with the statue and flowers and candles and things like that. But I needed room. So I cleared away some of the stuff to put the other decks. So now this shelf is the shiny shelf. These are decks that have the foil image, foil outside, because it's kind of a dark shelf compared to the shelves in my room. There's some art and whatever. I have lots of shelves. So it's the love, lots of love theme books in here. And so yeah, I needed to brighten up this shelf, and so I put all the decks that reflect light, and also, yeah, I was planning on collecting different artists' work here. So we've got Botticelli and Klimt. That kind of is a start right there, and Art Nouveau right there. And so that's how I started this idea. And I'm just going to stack up behind the statue. You can see a whole bunch more of tarot decks that I have, and I just stack them right here. And just keep stacking them up like that, unless they have a really pretty box, and then I might display them like these. These are cardboard, but they're shiny and they're pretty, and this needed some reflection. Even the Game of Thrones tarot box has a reflector, and so does the Cosmos. And my new Tarot de la Nuit is reflective. And so that, as I purchase new decks, then I just kind of rearrange aesthetically to how I think it would be pretty. So let me show you a couple more places where I put some piles. So not only is my room the love sector, but it's a place where I collect Egyptian things, decor. My parents went to Egypt, and they had a lot of Egyptian stuff left behind, and I thought this would be the perfect room to do an Egyptian theme. And so I felt like the Atlanta Fairchild decks are very, of course this is Egyptian, but like worldly decks would look good in this room according to, yeah, I've got my Kuan Yin according to, nationalities and worldly themes here. I've got the Sphinx right there, and I've got, I got a pillow over here on my chair. This is where, and on this side I have Cheryl Lee Harnish's decks, and my little kitty. So this is also my art room. And this is where I draw and paint, and because it's the love sector, I bought this at the Chapel of Mirrors in New York, and it was a pretty amazing place. I would love to have my own Chapel of Mirrors, full of artwork and spirituality. It was really beautiful. And let me show you the final altar. So you might recognize this in the readings. Right now I've got my sparkly, and it has a kind of nice sound to it too. I don't know if you guys like that sound or not. But that's my altar. I do readings. And there's my cat, who's always sitting in my chair and sometimes sitting on the altar. And I always have to move him before I sit down. But yeah. So, and then I have like a box full of art stuff and all my like little knickknacks and projects and things on the side going. And here's another table full that I use there's my camera holder for the lives and other flowers and things that I use for my altar. I bought this just kind of like the one that Liz has, Charmed Intuitions, but I haven't used it yet because I'm trying to, I don't know, it seems to only go to one possibility. And I also bought an 8-ball, and there are my charms and my Scrabble letters. And I bought, so recently, and I'm going to pull these out one day and make a little altar. Recently I bought some fairy things, and I bought at the dollar store. And look, there's my little Queen Sugar. There's me and Queen Sugar, so there we go. Be on the lookout for those to be in your videos next. Anyway, so let's see if I have anything else to show you. Okay, one more corner of the house. So this is a desk. This is kind of like where I pay bills, which I hardly ever sit here because I don't pay bills. And yeah, there's some Egyptian stuff. This is actually from Cairo, Egypt. I got a little dirty because, I don't know, my parents didn't take care of the room as much as they could have during their time, but I tried to fix things and make things new and use things. And there's a map of the world. There's a tag from where I went to a convention. I bought that little thing. Here's some more Egypt stuff. And so, yeah, I just, I throw in stuff here and there. I was a bus driver, and so, yeah, this kind of like my my achievement board or something like that. I did the MS 150, the bicycle race. That's one of my greatest achievements, and that was my number. And so, yeah. So I guess that kind of ends the video of where I store things, and that's pretty much it. I like. Oh, okay, here's some couple of the big boxes. That I just stick the big boxes up there like books. You guys read The Secret. That's really a good one, and also Creative Visualizations, really good. Anyway, so yeah. The little boxes are easier to stack, and I love the ones that are already in the cardboard because they're in, you know, you can stack them multiple ways, and so like if you want to display them aesthetically, you can do that. So there you go. That is my storage video. I hope you like that. Trust and Pixie does.